Finally made it to Memorial Day weekend. You know what that means? We're going to plant sweet potatoes. We got a bunch of slips that need to go into this area that I've been kind of saving. But it's also a long weekend. We got a lot to do this weekend. Today's Saturday, and you know what that means. We get to go to you and celebrate what's going on in your garden. We're gonna do kind of the same thing we've been doing. I'm gonna open this area up. We're gonna make some mounds. I'm gonna put some castor oil down. While I work on that, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple of our contributors. Art is enjoying his greenhouse and is working as designed. That's a beautiful pepper, Art. We look forward to seeing the rest of your garden this year. Thank you. Sally is a new contributor from Mississippi. With the combination of raised beds and containers, this garden is coming along nicely. This is also a wonderful example of cinder blocks and landscape timbers and just what you can do when you're creative. Thank you and welcome to this community. Bruce, of Bruce's Orlando Food Forest, is now doing the hardest work you ever do in a deep mulch food forest garden. Yes, that's harvest. And when you let those purple beans get out of hand, they actually hull pretty easy, and it makes it for another delightful way to cook them. Bruce, that is wonderful. Thank you. This thing is just loaded with worms. Thank you, buddy. Aren't our contributors awesome? Do me a favor, hit that like button. It tells YouTube to push this out to more people that might want to learn how to garden. And if you'd like to be part of this community and help motivate others, show them just exactly what's possible in a garden, all you have to do is send in a photo now and again. There is no obligation. Well, this ain't getting it done. While I finish clearing the rest of this mulch out of this little area, let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more of our contributors. Linda is also new to this community, and this example of in-ground raised beds and containers got a little extra protection, keep them critters out. Linda, this is wonderful. Thank you and welcome. Lisa and Todd are also new to this community. With their in-ground garden and fabric bags, they're just teeming with springtime goodness. Lisa, Todd, we look forward to seeing how your garden grows this year. Thank you and welcome. Walter is a long-term contributor with a compact garden. He makes great use of his deep mulch and with containers. He produces a bounty of food. He's been gardening all year round, and his potatoes are just about ready to harvest, and his beans are blooming. Walter, you got a great start. Walter, we have high hopes for your garden this year. Thank you. Our contributors are awesome. This is where we get ideas. This is where we get inspiration. This is where I get the motivation to come out here every day, try to show you what's possible in a garden. Now, I'm just barely taking anything off the surface and mounting this up. Then we're going to come back, put some castor oil in here, and then I'm also going to take those wood shavings and fill in the trenches, and then we're going to go ahead and plant. So I'm not really digging, I'm just taking the top smallest bit of this soil that has all this life in it. I'm just pulling that down a little bit and mounting it up. That way we got a nice little hill to plant in. We also have a nice little border. We can help discourage those voles. And all I'm doing is I'm just gonna put this dry castor oil, just make a border around the whole thing and up and down each one of these rows. That'll soak in, it's all organic, but it makes that ground where those voles don't want to dig through. If I could put an electric fence around here, I would, but that wouldn't do anything. Although it's helped around the main part, I haven't had to use that live trap. The raccoons and possums have stayed out. We haven't seen the groundhog. It rained pretty good last night, and the rest of the rain we're supposed to get tonight and over the next couple days, this will soak in really well. I think that's enough. Then I'm just gonna fill right down those centers with these wood chips. Oh, and people have asked if we get snakes. Yeah, once in a while we get a little snake. But that guy, all he's eating is slugs and snails. So he's welcome to be in here. I'll finish doing this before we plant. Let's go ahead and take a look at a couple more of our contributors. If you were with us last week, you saw Mike and Linda's great harvest. This week, they're sharing how they attract butterflies to their garden. Mike, Linda, this is breathtaking. Thank you. We got a little special celebration. Autumn graduated kindergarten. And what better way to celebrate than to pick homegrown strawberries? Those look very tasty, Autumn. Congratulations, and have a fabulous summer. Am I right or am I right? This community is simply awesome. Leave a comment down below and let everybody know how much you appreciate them sharing what's going on in their gardens. While we were finishing this up, though, check out what I found. Right there's one of your best helpers in the garden. There's a mama wolf spider. I got a little disturbed while we were getting this bed ready. I'm going to gently move her out of the way. I want her in here. She eats all kinds of bad critters. Now with a wolf spider and a little snail-eating snake, that just kind of shows you the life we have going on in this garden. Yeah, we could be out here spraying all kind of chemicals, trying to kill a few bad bugs, but by keeping the life in the soil and the bigger critters alive and healthy, they do more work for us than those chemicals ever thought of doing. Now, of course, yeah, I'm putting a border around here to keep the voles out, but those are just a little bigger critters, and we don't need them in here chewing on our tubers. But let's go ahead and get some of these planted. I've got mulch in between these rows, and I'm gonna plant these pretty close together. I'm gonna go ahead and plant these pretty close together, and as they get established, we'll go ahead and mulch back in around them a little heavier. But that's just how easy that is once you have a little pile. We uppotted these not too long ago. There's some pretty nice roots there, and we're down into the soil. And remember, you don't have to worry about how deep you plant your sweet potatoes. That entire stem will root. And I mean, it's amazing the worms we have. Thank you, buddy. Let me go ahead and get some more of these in the ground. While we do that, let's take a look at another one of our contributors. Larry's in-ground and container garden is progressing nicely. You're going to have squash and tomatoes directly to go with those wonderful berries that have been coming in all spring. Larry, keep us posted. Thank you. Nora is also a long-term contributor who likes to bring a splash of springtime color to our gardens. Thank you, Nora. This is beautiful. And I see Lucy's there to help. Well, that didn't take very long. And that's all you got to do, and you got a little sweet potato patch put in. We'll see what we get. Well, we're not done planting yet. I've got a curly parsley and a couple cherry tomatoes that I started late, doing really good. And I've got a spot for those. Let's go ahead and get those in the ground. And just like all planting in the deep mulch, all we're going to do is we're going to move this mulch out of the way and get down to bare soil. And by turning this, it turns that into a mixed mulch. You see we got a bunch of leaves and hay. And I think there's probably wood chips down in here. But when you open that up, just look at that soil. And I know I do this every time we open something up, but it always just amazes me. And there's some wood chips still in there. So I'm going to take that down until we get to bare soil. And our cut and drop there, it's part of a tomato that was there last year. But I mean, I could stick my hand all the way down in there. That's all you got to do to open it up. Let's get a tomato in. And for everybody worried about not having their tomatoes in yet, I started these late. I'm going to go ahead and pinch that bottom leaf off because we're going to plant this kind of deep. And you know what? We're still going to have, oh, I better open that up a little more. We're going to have enough time to have tomatoes this year. You're going to be surprised at how many. Okay, so that's down there pretty deep. I'm just going to backfill. I don't want any of these leaves touching the ground. This deep mulch is all about promoting the life in the soil, and the life in the soil here is what breaks down the different sizes rocks, the sand, silt, and clay, which provides everything our plant needs. I thought people might be interested. That's the only reason I'm doing this. But I did write a book that tells you why, and if you wanted to pick up a copy, you wouldn't hurt my feelings. I think we're done planting for today, but let's take a look at the other sweet potatoes we got in over Mother's Day. And if you remember, we did the same thing. We made some little hills out of that topsoil, and these were all bare root. They're standing up nicely, but I went ahead and mulched back in between them. We'll see what we get. We also did the same thing back here. This is going to be mostly purple. They're standing up really good. We put some mulch in between the rows. We got a little turmeric coming up on its own. I guess I left a little last time we harvested. Here on this Memorial Day, what better thing can you do in between the raindrops is come out and plant. Time to get some peas for dinner. And until next time, remember, take care of yourself, take care of your family, and God bless you. Come on, let's plant. Let's go plant garden.